Welcome everybody to video number 8 in our 30-day challenge to answer 30 questions in 30 days about live events. So if you do have a question for me, head on over to askblueanything.com, submit your question, and maybe yours will be the question that I answer in the next video. Now, Sharon asked, what would you say is the most important thing someone moving from one-to-one sales to one-to-many should take into consideration? The number one thing that you need to consider when moving from one-to-one sales to one-to-many is what's the process, right? What is the methodology that you are going to use to sell your services? Here's the really cool thing. Especially if you're thinking about high ticket offers, the absolute hands down best way to sell a high ticket offer that is not one-to-one is a virtual event. Here's the thing that you have to remember with that. Find a structure for your event that is proven, that you can model to have success based on their proven success and track records. What Barry and I do here at Sage is a really good example of something that you can model. We call it the 3x3 PAG, or Program at a Glance, and I actually covered it in a previous video. And listen, when it comes to high ticket, you really want to stick with a 3-day event. It's the thing that is the most important, right? Don't go just because you're like, you know what, I'm just starting out transitioning from one-to-one to one-to-many. I'm not sure I'm going to go with a full 3-day event because I'm just getting started. I'm just going to do a 1-day. That's where you'll fail. So if you're going from one-to-one to one-to-many and you're following a proven success strategy like ours, like that 3x3 PAG, use the strategy. Use it in its entirety. Set up your event as a 3-day event, structured exactly how Barry and I teach it. Let the structure do the selling for you. That's the really big difference with going from one-to-one to one-to-many, is trusting the structure. It's not actually all that dissimilar in many ways from going one-to-one, especially if you have salespeople, to going to one-to-many, right? If you're doing one-to-one sales and you have a sales team that's in place to do that for you, you are likely trusting your sales team. You're trusting the process that you've put in place with them. Here, you're going to need to trust the process, right? And the process is the event structure. And that structure really does the selling for you, especially if you use it in its entirety. And the other thing that I want to say to you is practice. This means you should be hosting your first event like tomorrow. And listen, tomorrow is maybe too soon. Maybe you want to be hosting it in 3 to 4 to 5, maybe 6 weeks tops, and just get started, right? Virtual events do not have to be huge. In fact, small events convert really, really well. Start with a 10-person event. Get 10 prospects to show up for a 3-day event. Teach your heart out, give them amazing content connection community on day 1, on day 2, problem solution invitation, on day 3, decision commitment celebration. Make your offer, and you'll see that you'll probably have 3 to 4, maybe 5 people sign up from those 10 prospects that you bring in. As you widen your net and go from prospects to what I would call right fit clients, and I differentiate those just a little bit, right? Because prospects are likely people who are interested in your services already. Right fit clients I think of as people who probably should be interested in your services if they knew about you. So as you go from prospects to right fit clients as attendees for your live events, you're going to see your conversion percentages go down a bit. But I'll tell you, on average, we see anywhere from a 15 to a 20% conversion rate from our virtual events into high ticket offers. A high ticket offer is something that is over $6,000 to $7,000 for the investment to join you in that program, right? So we have a program called Leap. It's $15,000 to join. That's a high ticket offer. Now, we could sell it one-to-one, of course, but when we sell it one-to-many, we feel like we serve at a really high level and we get high conversion percentages into that course, and you'll see the same thing. In fact, our LEAP program, these are people who are entrepreneurs who are learning how to implement live events in their business. And one of the really cool parts, probably I think the coolest part about going one-to-many, is it means that you can essentially serve and sell for 3 days so that you can serve for 365. Get off the hamster wheel, get off the treadmill of strategy calls and sales calls and constantly having to be in enrollment, and focus all your efforts on these 3 days so that you can get a high number of people to join your high ticket offer so that you can then serve those people for the next 362. It allows you to be in your place of brilliance, and it's what we think most entrepreneurs, most speakers, authors, coaches, consultants, trainers, mentors want to do most. So I hope you found that information useful, and if you did, head on over to askblueanything.com, and maybe your question will be the question that I answer next. Okay, I gotta go back to this event that I'm actually teaching about filling the room. We call it Ticket Lab. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.